Hello and welcome back. Today we're going over the Ethernet connection for a 2AE top. In this particular case, we're going to do a direct connection to a laptop, and I'm actually running Windows 8, and the process should be quite similar for Windows XP or Vista or Windows 7. So what we have here is a Ethernet cable. We'll plug right into the EDU2AE top, and we'll plug into the side of the laptop. I'm going to turn on the top unit, and the first thing I want to do on the laptop is actually shut off my my wireless, as that will actually interfere with the connection. If we want to then go to our network, and it may take a few minutes for the network discovery to occur. This is normal. It can take around 3 minutes for that to happen. So I'm going to pause the video, and then once we gain communication, we'll be back. Okay, we're back. If you still haven't seen anything new come up on your screen in the network, unplug the cable, plug it back in, and you want to go to your network sharing center. Oh, never mind that. It actually discovered it. So the one thing we want to take note of is that the controller will always pop up with the Culver and then the serial number of the actual unit along with the model number of the unit. Even more importantly are the actual network addressing. In this particular case, because it's directly connected, it gave a 169.254.254.169 as the address. That is the connection address we're going to use in Hyperterminal to establish the actual connection. So I'm going to cancel out of that window. I am going to open Hyperterminal. And I already have a connection named, but we're going to go through this. You want to name your connection, especially if it's the first time. And you can name it the particular serial number, or if you have a group of units, a serial number will come in handy rather than just the model number. The host address, this is the address we just saw in the network places. So it's 169.254.254.169. That will be a very common number, especially with a direct connection. The port number is 23, and we are connecting through the TCP IP. It's a WinSock connection. And on the bottom screen, it should say connected. And if we run the driver, I'll have my assistant run the driver, please. The data we get on the screen, I will get an OK signal. The program number 1 out of the 8 that are available on the unit, the model number, the torque value received. The joint is soft, and I've actually got that backwards. The speed is 600 RPMs. The joint is soft. The screw number 1 of 1 in the program, it is the sequence 1 of 1. And the torque actual value is 1.22 Newton meters. And then we have the date is April 4th, 2013. And the time says it's 5:18, and it was the end of the program. And if you wish to save this data, you're going to click on Transfer and then Capture Text. This is where we're actually going to create a text file for all this data to be saved. So if I just put April 4th, 2013 as my file name, everything that I do today while this connection is still active, everything that's recorded will be recorded in that file. This first one will not be because it was done prior to setting up the file. But anything I do after that, if you want to run a few more, please. And if you do one error, just do like a double hit or something like that. Do it again. There you go. So we have 2 double hits. And now we can look at the file. I'm actually going to close out of Hyperterminal. So I disconnect. I'm not going to save that connection because I already have it saved somewhere else. So I can open up the file. It's actually a text file, so I'm just going to use Notepad. And there's all my data. You can see each line represents the individual screw, and if there is an error, it gives you the error status and everything you could possibly want to know, the date, the time, and because I named the file today's date, I know it happened today. But more importantly, if it was a batch that I was running, I would use the batch number or lot number or a serial number for the part, possibly even, so that file gets saved with much better tracking than just the date.